Hi everyone. I want to apologize for being missing in action. I was diagnosed with a concussion, so I've had a few days where I've struggled. I had a really bad raging headache for a couple of days, and I had to stop playing with my devices. I couldn't be on my iPad or my iPhone. The LED lights were bothering me. Fluorescent lights were bothering me. Anything that we tried to do wore me out quickly. And so I struggled. I am much better now, but I also couldn't concentrate on projects very well. And it took me a long time to do anything I was doing. So I sort of skipped ahead. Yesterday, I spent about 5 hours putting the squishy project bag together, and it took a lot of thinking, a lot of brain power, a lot of work, and I did it by sewing machine because I just didn't see how else it was going to work until I tried it once. The next one I could possibly do by hand, I don't know. But it's done, and I want to show it off. So I have the camera up way high because my iPad, for some reason, when I turn it on video, it automatically like zooms in and I can't zoom it out any further. It's hard to describe. Anyway, so I'm standing up and it's at my eye level. I can just barely see the screen. So I will be zooming you in to see close-ups and zooming you back out a little bit. If that drives you crazy, I am sorry. I would hold it up, but the lights only go up so high. So they're only about, I don't know, 8 or 10 inches above the project as it sits not flat on the table. So I want to show you, this is the inside, and it is actually reversible if you wanted it to be. Let's see, the light isn't even shining in there very well. Okay, I'll start on the outside and then we'll rearrange for the inside. So I made the drawstrings and the tabs out of one of my favorite fabric. It's this, and I can't remember, but I think I actually found that at Walmart, and I bought it twice because I really love it. And I feel like it goes pretty well. I didn't want to use a lot of it in the design, but that's what I was able to make the drawstring and the tab out of. So we'll start with the outside. And here I will zoom you in just a tiny bit. So I have the Suffolk Puff or yo-yos on this pocket here. I did just simple stitching on the pocket ones. I have the tassel here. Oops. And I found a pair, see, this is not working great. The light is just not real good, sorry. I have a little charm of scissors in the tassel, but they're only attached by a bulb pin, so I can take them off or sew them on permanently or remove them permanently, whatever. This pocket came out really pretty. I really like this pocket a lot. This was already embroidered, and I put all these little knots on it, and I really love the color scheme I used. And this pocket is quite large. I have 3 of these large spools of thread in there, so they do fit in there very well. You could put anything in here. You could put a tape measure or whatever you want. I like this panel a lot because I did the flowers on it and the fly stitches. This pocket on the outside fits my little scissors perfectly. My small sewing scissors. They're not embroidery scissors, but yeah. And then there's that with just a simple piece of lace on it, some fly stitches, and just some running stitch there. And we're back to the Suffolk Puffs. So I am going to, what do I have in there? Nothing. Okay. I'm going to take these out because what I'm going to do to show you the inside, oh my goodness, my hands are dry. I can't grab this there. Okay. I'm going to show you the inside this way first. So I have 2 pockets here. I have 2 pockets here. And I have 2 pockets here. So threads can fit in either one of these pockets or a tape measure or whatever. So I have these smaller bobbins of threads in this one. I have 2 large bobbins in this pocket here, as you can see. I have a needle book in this pocket. This is really deep. Practically my whole hand fits in there, and it's barely, my fingers are barely touching the bottom. And then I have 2 pens in here, but you could fit anything in this pocket here very easily. I mean, it could be pens and pencils. It could be your scissors could go in there. You could put a 6-inch ruler in there, just about anything. So what I'll do is I'll flip it out. So this is the lining, and I can show you the pockets this way. So there are 2 of the pockets, a plain panel, 2 more pockets. This is the really deep one that the pens go in. And, you know, these could go in here. This could go in here. I'm probably going to make a needle book to match this because this is going to make a really nice project bag. And there's another 2 pockets there. So yeah, it could be used either way. However, I do like this on the outside way better. And I had no idea how I was going to do these curved edges. And they could have come out better, but for my first try doing it, I think they came out pretty well. I did end up using tabs on the top because I just could not figure out another way to do it. So, yeah, I like it a lot. Now, I could have put this together. I mean, I was really straining my brain yesterday. I shouldn't have put this panel and this panel next to each other. I was supposed to put one of these panels with this background in between, but as you can see, I screwed it up, and instead of putting one of those panels in between, I was so like, and then these 3 panels are alike. But, you know, if you don't look closely, you won't notice, right? But it took a lot of work. I mean, I was really, really straining myself. It literally took me 5 hours to stitch these panels to the bottom. And I did put quilt batting on the bottom, and I stitched with my machine. It's practically invisible. I don't know if you can see those. You can sort of see them on camera. I just did from corner to corner stitches. What was I saying? I had to stitch these panels to the bottom, and then I had to stitch them up the sides, which meant this one was the first one I went for because this was the one I was worried about the most. This lace, I ended up sewing this side down first in case it didn't catch in the seam of sewing these 2 panels together. This I sewed on separately, and I sewed it above the bottom. So right here is where the bottom meets the panel. And I just didn't want to mess with both trying to fit this in and this in the seams. So this is caught in the seam, and it still lays fine. And it's a nice pocket. And I did line that. I had said that I would probably have to line it because I didn't want the threads catching on the back. So yeah, other than messing up these 3 panels being the same background and these 3 panels being the same background, other than messing that up, which I just noticed, I just noticed it as I was showing you. So that was a failure. But otherwise, I think I did okay with it. It holds a ton of stuff. Like, if you want to put fabric in here, it just holds all sorts of, I mean, that's not even full, you know? So it'll hold a lot of stuff in it. So it'll be a great project bag to take with me if we're driving somewhere and I want to stitch. I really like the pockets. Thank you, Corinne, for encouraging me to do this, challenging me to do this. Thank you, Susanna, for coming up with this pattern. And I did put my own little twist by not making these straight tops, but curving them. As you can see, they don't look curved now, but I had to get those tabs sewn on, and that was another tricky part on a curved top. So yeah, they do look flat on the top, but I'm really pretty happy with it, other than realizing that I messed up those panels. And it closes up very nicely, and it'll hold a lot. So that is the finished project bag. I will be back in a separate video because I am going to start the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 4, and the first prompt is a monogram. I think this is going to be my background. I think I have fought and fought and fought with myself over what to do. So that'll be in the next video, which also may be short, who knows. So thanks for joining me along with this squishy project bag. I will link Susanna's channel below and Corinne's channel below, and you can watch their progress on their squishy project bags, because they're doing way more step-by-steps in their videos. And Susanna has the link to the actual pattern for the hexagon bottom and the side panels that you can use. And then you can dress it up any way you want to. So go give it a try. It's really fun. Don't mess around with the curved tops unless you really are a good seamstress. I am not. I never claim to be, never will be, no matter how much I sew. I swear I'll never be a good machine sewist. So take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me on this little journey. I don't know what the next project will be other than the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, but I'll figure something out. Take care. Happy crafting. Love you all. Bye.